This year's Enterprise and Supplier Development Business Summit is going to take place in Soweto, and it will be held in commemoration of the late businessman Dr. Richard Maponya. Dr. Maponya left a legacy of entrepreneurship during times of adversity. The two-day summit at Maponya Mall will give small business owners knowledge to grow their enterprises and create job opportunities for young people of Soweto. Well, let's get more information. I'm joined by the African Bank's Group Executive for Transformation and Sustainability, Edna Montse. Ms. Montse, good afternoon. Welcome to today, and thank you very much for joining us. Has the African Bank always been involved with this property?
To be honest with you, Dan, thank you, by the way, for inviting me here today to speak to you and your audience. So the conceptualization of the African Bank, and in fact the heritage of African Bank, is so closely linked to Soweto and so closely linked to Dr. Richard Maponya. And so, to be honest with you, this is for us one of the ways that we are reclaiming our heritage. In 1964, the NAVCOC met at their first conference in Soweto, and they conceptualized a number of things that they wanted to do as resolutions. And one of them was that they were going to then, in fact, put together the means to be able to open the African Bank. And that's the same African Bank that we have today. And so that 1964 meeting included the likes of Dr. Richard Maponya, Dr. Sam Mutsunyane, and other businessmen and businesswomen who said, during the height of apartheid, we are going to take matters into our own hands to ensure our own development, our own prosperity, and our own growth as SMMEs. So for us, going back to Maponya Mall, going and honoring Dr. Richard Maponya and his contribution to our bank, which opened in 1975, 10 years after that time that was conceptualized in Soweto, really is one of the ways that we are saying that we understand the plight of entrepreneurs. We understand that at times that things don't always work out the way that you would want them to and the speed that you would want them to. But gaining some of the lessons from the likes of Dr. Maponya is that you keep at it and you will be able to succeed. And hence we are then going back to Soweto and saying we would like to honor this gentleman.
Yeah, I mean, he was a giant of an entrepreneur from humble beginnings, and he built what he built, and we know his legacy. So the summit is kicking off tomorrow, from what I understand, over 2 days. What will be the key aspects that you'll be offering at this edition?
So our African Bank inaugural summit took place in Tembisa last year. And so now we are coming to Soweto to be able to do the second installment of this annual Enterprise and Supply Development Summit. What this is showing is that we as African Bank are committed to the growth and development of the township economy as well as SMMEs. And so some of the things that you could be able to look forward to as SMMEs that are going to be attending includes hearing from some of our partners in terms of opportunities available, hearing from panelists and subject matter experts about how to be able to really ensure that you can grow your business in the economy that we're in, and also understanding some of the opportunities that are available that perhaps we are not always as SMMEs and people that are participating in the township economy always aware of. And so how do we bring that right there to the doorstep so that these SMMEs can be able to take part in those opportunities?
Okay, so who can take part in this? Who participates?
All SMMEs are invited. So we don't have any part that says that it's a specific industry focus. And that's really because we as African Bank also have got opportunities for our enterprise and supply development program, our flagship programs. And so what we use these summits for is to also be able to get SMMEs that are pitching, and we then involve them in our programs. And we've actually put in quite a number from Tembisa, as well as from some of the other mini summits that we've done in the likes of Ettrichville that are now part and parcel of our African Bank Enterprise Development Program. So there's an opportunity for them to be able to pitch. There's using the knowledge that they would have gained during the two-day summit. There's an opportunity for them to be able to engage with other SMMEs, build relationships, linkages, and there's an opportunity for them to also understand what the offering of the bank is in terms of working with them as SMMEs and banking them, but importantly also the opportunities within our supply chain and our value chain, how we are able to then reach our communities in a stronger manner using the local community members as well as the local SMMEs.
Yeah, we live in a digital age. innovation, I mean, technology is moving very fast, and you're talking to young people as well. I don't know what aspect of the summit sort of recognizes that and allows the innovative spirit to emerge.
Technology is going to be a big portion of this. In fact, we work together with an incubation hub that this week, or this past week rather, had been doing a pilot for us to check how do we better support using technology, but also using face-to-face interactions, because different SMMEs respond differently. And so how do we use digital as well as our normal kind of in-person channels to be able to understand how to better support and develop these entrepreneurs. However, the youth is most definitely invited. In fact, we do have summits that are geared specifically for the youth, and this one also includes youth entrepreneurs. We've got youth entrepreneurs who are part of our flagship programs, and we've got youth entrepreneurs that we develop even through our youth development programs. So we use digital means. We are going to be broadcasting live through our Facebook, through our social media, as well as through other means to be able to really connect, so that even those who are physically unable to attend can be able to share within the summit and be able to contribute and learn from those who are going to be at the summit.
Yeah, I mean, you as a banker, you guys as a bank, you know that it's important for small business to access funding on favorable terms. Do you offer that?
Yes, we do. And in fact, Braden, one of the things that we do speak to as part of our enterprise and supply development offering, we actually have a pool of funds that's allocated that is done through a third-party service provider, which provides interest-free loans to SMMEs. And so we will also be sharing more information around this. We also provide other parts of development, so access to market, meaning how do we assist you to grow your client base, because at times we focus more on the aspect of funding, but you're funding to what end? So you're funding or requiring funding as an SMME because you want to serve customers. But who are those customers, and how do we help you to access a larger database of customers and be able to gain market access? So we even have, for example, market days that are African Bank market days, where we bring on board SMMEs, we take them to different markets, and they're able to then be able to sell their goods, be able to interact with others and exhibit, but largely be able to grow their businesses through this additional access to market. So we want to do both the non-developmental support as well, which is financial and non-financial.
Thank you very much for your time this afternoon, Edna Montse. She's, of course, the Group Executive for Transformation and Sustainability of the African Bank, just setting the scene for us for the two-day annual Enterprise and Supplier Development Business Summit that is going to be taking place in Soweto. This year's edition is in honor of the late businessman, Dr. Richard Maponya, and the summit will be taking place at Maponya Mall in Pimville in Soweto, and all small and medium enterprises are invited. So make your way there. Who knows what the future will hold, and the African Bank has got products and solutions for you as well, from what she told us. You're watching Today on eNCA, DSTV Channel 43 with me, Dan Moyane. Stay with us. More news shortly.